Yes, sir. Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me and all that good shit. About to get it started. Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. We are back. And I want to talk about something just for a little bit. I think we need to talk about this game. Right? I really do think we need to talk about this game. Because for the last few days, right? I'll say for the last few days, I'm seeing two different sides of the coin. You know, there are people who believe that this game is going to be scripted for the New England Patriots. Rightfully so. There's also a lot of people who feel like this game is RSF'd, rigged, scripted, and fixed for the Denver Broncos. You could be a little torn in between, right? Shout out to my guys that's already in the chat. I know more people are, this ain't nighttime, some people's probably at work and things like that. You guys will watch the playback, but we got to talk about this. We really got to talk about this because what today's Tuesday, right? Got a couple more days for that game, right? Sunday, So like 5 more days or something like that. Something like that, right? A lot of people's nervous because this is the last game as far as the AFC and / the NFC, after that, Super Bowl. Me personally, I feel we will see something funny in this game. I think we will see something funny in this game. Shit, I think we'll see something funny in the Rams and Seattle game too, but I think we're going to see something more funny in this game for sure. I do. I personally think that, y'all. Right? That's why today's title is Sean Payton's Revenge. Now, when I made this title, I had people hit me up, but I also had people comment. And, some people think it's, for that kick. Because remember, I mentioned it, I don't know what, maybe 2 lives ago when I ended the live, and what I said is Sean Payton going to get his revenge, right? If he faces the Rams because of what the Rams did to him in the 2018 season, with the no call, right? The Saints, that no call that they didn't get, and then the Rams was able to go on, kick that field goal, and go to the Super Bowl and face the New England Patriots. Right? So now technically Sean Payton he's in a position where he can ruin that. Could have ruined it at that time, could have ruined it. He can ruin it this time, but that's not what this is about though. That's what y'all, it went right past y'all. Sean Payton's revenge. It's not about the kick. It's not about the kick, y'all. It ain't about the kick. The only way that kick comes into play is if the Broncos do their duties, right? And win the AFC. The only time Sean Payton's revenge about that kick comes into play is if the Rams go on and beat Seattle and win the NFC. Right? That's what has to happen. But we're talking about this Sunday, Sean Payton's revenge. Yeah. Y'all remember that kick, right? The kick. But once again, is that what you guys really think I'm talking about? Do you guys think that I'm talking about Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints getting jerked off of that kick? Do you guys think I'm talking about Sean Payton with Bountygate? Which one do you guys think I'm talking about? Sean Payton's revenge. And by the way, I am not promoting Tropicana at all. Right? Let's get back to it. Some people say the kick, right? Some people say the kick. Now look what Floyd wrote. Shout out to Floyd. Floyd said that kick. You're talking about the kick, be fire. Sean Payton's revenge is the kick. The kick is in the NFC Championship, the no call, right? I see it. Hell, there you go, Donald Milton. He said it. He wants revenge on Stephon Diggs. Sean Payton wants revenge on Stephon Diggs, y'all. He wants revenge on Stephon Diggs. Let's get into it. Let's roll the motherfucking footage. That's it. That's what he wants revenge on. Exactly. Now you guys get it. Now you guys get it. Now you see. Right? Does he get his revenge? Does Sean Payton get his revenge? Right? I mean,
Saints, Vikings at their own 39. It's third down.
Let's have that conversation. Bong. Roll the footage.
Saints, Vikings.
There you go. You make that smaller for a little bit. So I want to keep that there. I want to keep that there. So now you guys get where I'm coming from. As soon as the Patriots had won on Sunday, that's the first thing that came to mind instantly. I don't forget none of this shit. And you want to know why this is interesting, right? Because, and I was the first one to talk about this too. What did I say? What the NFL was going to do? They was going to start talking about the 2017 season, right? Because nobody was. Now you guys start to see that on Twitter and on all the social networks everywhere, how they talking about the 2017 season, right? And that's the reason why I did that live. Because what did I tell you guys? What did I say? I said the NFL and the media is going to start talking about that 2017 season. They're going to start to make it more noticeable, right? And sure enough, that's exactly what they're doing. But not only did the whole thing with your man Nick Foles happen in the 2017 season, this happened in the 2017 season too with Stephon Diggs in the Minnesota Miracle. That's why I jumped on that whole story of 2017 copycat. 2017 copycat. You see how I connect it? Anybody that's watching, when I do things, I connect it for a reason. I don't make no live. I promise you. I make no live for no reason. At all. Every live is for a reason. Every single live I do is for a reason. I promise you that. 2017 copycat. It was for a reason. For a reason. That happened in the 2017 season as well. Now you got Sean Payton. That's why I asked you guys. And I was waiting to see if you guys was going to get it. When I first put it out. I think yesterday I put it out. Right? Or the day before. No, the day before. Something like that. Whenever I have put that thumbnail out. And I said, I want to see if they going to get it. That was 2017. Shout out to my guys. Now you see where I'm going, right? And that's the reason why I said 2017 copycat. 2017 copycat. Not just the Nick Foles shit. Not just the Nick Foles shit. There's other things too. Sean Payton has been on the shitty end of a lot of things.
Are you fucking serious?
Could he get his revenge this time? And yes, somebody pointed it out in the chat. Yes, Stephon Diggs was what? Stephon Diggs was number what? Stephon Diggs was number 14 at the time. Whenever big things happen dealing with 14, they're going to get it from certain seasons and bring it here. Right? When Carson Wentz went down, right? When Carson Wentz went down in 2017, right? You know what week that was? That was week 14 for those that missed it when I said it last show. Or the show before, I'm sorry. Yeah, the show before. It was week 14. Week 14 when he went down. When Stephon Diggs did this, it was what? He was number 14, right? And not only was he number 14, guess what the day was when he did this? Oh, I think that was January 14th.
Are you fucking serious?
January 14th, Minnesota Miracle, by number 14, Stephon Diggs. But I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Right? That's what I am. Does Sean Payton get his revenge? I'm not saying he is. Or not. I'm asking you guys. Does Sean Payton get his revenge? I don't got no stop. That's not a team that I'm like, oh, God, I want to win. I'm asking you guys. Does Sean Payton get his revenge? For those that just came in, what does he get revenge for? He gets revenge. Does he get his revenge on? Is it set up for him to get his revenge on your man Stephon Diggs? You notice things never go well for Sean Payton, right? That happened in 2017. We're not even going to count Bounty Gate, but that happened in 2017 season. What happened in the 2018 season? That was the kick that they got. So the Saints been on a lot of the Saints been on the shitty end of a lot of things, right? Could they say that's revenge for Bounty Gate? That happened from 2009 to 2011. I remember that. I don't gotta go fact check that. I remember as it was actually happening.
Are you fucking serious?
2009 straight to 2011. It was 2 seasons that was going on. I remember that whole Bounty Gate shit. I remember that because that happened on the year when Brady got back. When Brady came back from injury, that's when the whole Bounty Gate shit was going on. Well, the suspect shit that was going on with the Saints on how they was playing, right? Which I still think was a little fake, right? I personally, it was the storyline, right? But if you notice how the Saints was playing in 2009 and 2010, if you check out how their defense was playing very, very bad as far as trying to hurt people from the 2009 season and the 2010 season. I remember that like it was yesterday. The Saints always got the shitty end of the stick with Sean Payton after that. This one messed them up. That catch, you're not allowed to win. He has to catch that ball. He has to catch that ball. Your defense better not try to stop him. Better not try to stop him. See what I'm saying? Now you guys see what this is about. the 2017 copycat. I had to make sure I got on that before the media. The media is talking about it now. Go figure. Right? I saw this coming. Come on now. So now we got the AFC Championship lock. Pats versus the Broncos. What's going to happen with Sean Payton this time? Right? That game was a divisional game. That wasn't a conference championship. It wasn't, because the Minnesota Vikings went on to face the Philadelphia Eagles in the conference championship, and the Eagles beat them. I think they had the Eagles lay belt the ass, and then the Eagles went on to go to the Super Bowl, face the Patriots, and the rest is history. When the Eagles score 41 points, in Minnesota. Actually, it was Super Bowl in Minnesota, by the way, guys. Right? So now, what happens? That game, the Minnesota Vikings game against the Saints was on 1/14/2018, right? On the 14th, Stephon Diggs was number 14, and it brings it back to what's going on this year. Everything you see this year is what, dealing with what? The number 14.
Are you fucking serious?
How things go back around. These things like this don't happen by accident. These things don't happen by accident. It don't. The 14 and the 4, right? The 14 and the 4 is always going to come into play, right? The 14 and the 4 will always come into play. The final score. What was the final score of that game, that Minnesota Vikings game with the Saints? 29-4. That touchdown right there ended it. They ended up winning 29-24. All you got to do is just add that up, 29 plus 24, and you get 53. And then you just multiply the 5 times the 3, and you get the 15. And in full circle, it comes in full circle to the 4. What's the difference between 1 and 5? That's 4. Number 15, Patrick Mahomes, like I kept telling you guys, the golden child. Number 15 goes down this year. What's the difference between the 1 and the 4? I mean, the 1 and the 5. I'm sorry. The difference between the 1 and the 5 is 4. That Vikings game against the Saints gives you the 15. 29 plus 24. 53. 5 times 3, what? 15. Patrick Mahomes, 15. The difference between 1 and 5, 4. All that's connecting. All of that's connecting to the 4 or the 14th. Or the 4, the 4 or the 14. And what makes it crazy is it's not me just picking on. This is not me picking any year out. No, it's what the NFL is telling us. Why is the NFL talking about the 2017 season?
Are you fucking serious?
All seasons they can talk about. Why talk about the 2017 season? You see that? You see that? That's 15, aka the 4. And also, you could just multiply the 1 times the 5, and you get the 5. That's why I keep telling people there's one number 5 team that's left. But that's a different story. That's a different story. Right? Right? They also talk about the 2017 season, because remember, the Super Bowl, they always have the date of the Super Bowl way ahead of time. Trust me, don't think that they don't. But it's funny that they talk about the 2017 season, right? And they talk about that 2017 Super Bowl. You want to know why it's so funny they talk about that 2017 season and that 2017 Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Eagles? Well, I mean, it's simple. It's very simple, y'all. All you got to do it again. The Super Bowl score was 41-33. 41-33. That's ironic because the NFL and the media, since they keep talking about the 2017 season a lot this year, all you got to do is add that score up, 41 plus 73. And last time I checked, if you add that up, you get 74. And if you multiply 7 times 4, you get the date of this year's Super Bowl.
Are you fucking serious?
Once again, Once again, the 2017 season, the Super Bowl score was 41-33 in favor of the Eagles. That's ironic because the NFL and the media mention the 2017 season a lot. So if you add the score up of that Super Bowl in the 2017 season, right, and then you multiply it, you get this year's date of the Super Bowl.
Are you fucking serious?
28. For anybody that hates on me, I'm letting you know I don't fuck around when it comes to this shit. I don't do gematria. Shout out to anybody that does gematria. Shout out to y'all. But I don't do gematria. I don't do that. I'm more of a simple Simon. Certain shit you do, right, that they do, I'm always questioning. Like I said, when you do certain things for a living, you get to call the bullshit on a lot of things you see, right? You get to see it because at the end of the day, you know certain things is not allowed to be put on camera. They don't talk about certain things, right? They have microphones in their ear when they're on TV. You think they could just come on and say what they want to say? You don't think they have to follow a script? That's the shit that kills me a lot about a lot of people. All that shit is in your face. You talk about the 2017 season for a reason. There's another reason why they talk about the 2017 season. But I got to get to that. Because I got to see what the Super Bowl's going to be. And it's something that nobody wouldn't expect it. Shout out to everybody. I'm not saying gematria is not helpful. I say I don't do gematria. Yeah, like, do I listen to it? Yes, I'll be sitting here lying to you guys if I don't listen to it. I listen to it. I do. I listen to it. What it is sometimes like, sir. Okay, let me say this. There's a lot of things that you guys heard me say. And there's a lot of things that I've seen on gematria that was the opposite of what I said. And it turns out the information that I was given was way more fluent than what was said in gematria. That's what I'm trying to say. This means this means this. And I'm trying to tell you guys that you think there could be a case for both teams. That's the reason why I don't really like to get into teams too much. It's more of what's in front of you. This is more of a business. It's more of a show. And I keep trying to tell you guys, certain things align for a certain reason. They keep talking about the 2017 season for a reason. They start, and I noticed that shit. What did I say on, not this live, but the live before? No, the live before that, the last one, right? I said, yo, I kept seeing the media post up that whole Nick Foles, Tom Brady, Case Keenum, and Bortles picture. Didn't I say I saw them posted up earlier this year? And also in the middle of the year? Did I not say that? I said that. And I said, yo, it's there for a reason. And I always questioned it. And I always had it in the chamber to wait and see what they meant. As soon as your man Bo Nix went down, instantly, it didn't take me 2 seconds to know, okay, this is exactly what they're doing. Backup quarterback comes in, and not only that, once again, like I told certain people, now that Stidham is there, right? If you add up all the four numbers, number 14 Sam Darnold, number 9 Matthew Stafford, that's 23, right? So that's 23 on the NFC side, and then if you add up the AFC side, that's 10 for Drake May, and now that Bo Nix is injured and your man Stidham comes in, he's number 8. So 10 plus 8, obviously, it's 18. You add up 18 with 23 and you get 41. That's that 4-1 once again.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't need gematria. That's what I'm saying. I don't need gematria. This shit is, it takes me like 2 seconds to analyze how everything goes. Like, okay, I already know what that's about. Certain things is just, I think there's certain people that get mad at the things I say because it's like, okay, he's right. Once again, when you see the pattern, you know how many people felt the way about the whole 30 or the whole 14 shit. Nobody believed the whole 14 shit, but now you see 14 everywhere. You see 14 everywhere. You see not only 4, but you see 14 everywhere. Right? Last night we see it again with Indiana Hoosiers winning. What did I always tell people? If you say all the states in alphabetical order, Indiana lands on what? The number 14.
Are you fucking serious?
Say all the states in alphabetical order. And number them. Indiana equals 14. What did I say about all the Indiana teams that happened to fail this year? They was like 0-4, right? And the last Indiana team that was left for that season ends up doing what? Winning. Now they end up 1-4.
Are you fucking serious?
I mean, come on now. No, this year, you guys keep looking for that number. I know you guys are gonna start to look for that number. There's 2 numbers. There's 2 numbers. There's two numbers. Because one number you're starting to see lately, but there was another one that was going on let's just say the beginning of the football year. Right? No, number 8, number 8 has always been number 8 has been going on. Number 8 is the number that's always going to be there. Think about it like the 3 and the 6. The number 8 is always going to be there. I don't know. I think it was Lobos Live, 2000 and the year that LeBron broke the record, right? Kareem's record. There's a live with me, Lobo, and Dell when I told everybody about the number 8. And what was that? That was 2022.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. Well, I keep trying to tell you guys, for everybody that's new, this is not new. I've been doing all of this for years. Yeah, the number 8 been happened. It's actually, number 8 is a number that just stays fluent. It's one of those numbers that's just there every year. Like what I always told you guys, right? If a team is on a 7-game winning streak, right? You may want to fade them or tail them on the 8th game.
Are you fucking serious?
7-game winning streak, you may want to fade them on that 8th game. 7-game losing streak, you may want to tail them on the 8th game. Depending on the team, because they do have some teams that just are so bad that they don't win. So we're not talking about those. But like mediocre teams that go on certain streaks, I told everybody about that 2022, about the number 8. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That was 2022. I told guys about the number 8. Yes, I did. 8, yeah, 8 is huge. 8 is huge. It's what it is some people, they'll listen to me, but then you got to realize too, they also have buddies as well, or they have other YouTube pages that they listen to as well. So what happens is they'll get mixed up with information. They're like, oh, this person is saying this, but this person is saying that. Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Right, but the things that I talk about, I don't like to cover game by game. If you guys notice that, I don't like that. I like to talk about future type things that you could benefit from on the long run. If you notice, if I'm gonna tell you something you can benefit from, if I'm telling you about a spread, you could benefit from that spread. You see what I'm saying? I'm not someone that loves to cover game by game because I think that messes up the quality of your brand. I don't care about every game. I'm not going to talk about every game. I want to talk about things that you can benefit from, right? That's the type of things I talk about over here. Things you could benefit from, either numbers, teams, what's going to happen with a certain player, all that shit. So far, I mean, if you just stick with it, you'll have success. Yeah. I was waiting. I know what you talk about. I know what you're talking about, Bill. I've been waiting to post that for you guys for months. I didn't do it. It happened in November too, and I have the footage. We're gonna listen to that footage in a second, right? About the Rams, how they was gonna win the Super Bowl 23-14. Yeah, there you go, to 14. They was gonna beat the Broncos. It was the Oz the magician type of dude, right? He was in the locker room with the Rams, and it came out 23-14. Devontae Adams said he sees the Rams winning the Super Bowl 23-14, and a lot of people didn't even really know about that. People starting to talk about it now, but it actually happened like in November. The thing is, I hate that it's starting to spread out now, right? But I told people, don't be surprised if we see the number 14 in the Super Bowl, right? Did I not say that? Either a margin of victory or somebody scoring 14. Somebody winning by 14 or somebody scoring 14 or somebody scoring 41, right? Whoever, if it's the Rams, if it's the Seahawks, the Patriots, or even the Broncos. These things don't happen. They don't happen just for no reason. They don't happen for no reason. So yes. Speaking of numbers, yeah, get the likes up, people. Yes. Get the likes up. Get them likes up. Right? Plus 5.5. Now, I have gained some new people that has hit me up, right? And shout out to all of y'all. Shout out for those for those nice cash apps, for me teaching y'all something, and I came over here and was like, damn, I like it. I appreciate that. 5.5. So let me tell y'all something about 5.5, because I promised some new people I'll speak about the 5.5 in this live. Right? So I have to, they paid me for it. I have to do it. Right? So 5.5. Understand this 5.5. Let me make it clear. Let me make it clear for you. Let's start off with, this game. You have the Denver Broncos versus the New England Patriots at 5.5. It opened from what I understand, unless there's some secret shit going on, but from what I understand doing my research, it opened up at 5.5 everywhere, and it is at 5.5 right now, right? This is the situation with 5.5. 90% of the time, and I'm saying 90% of the time to be nice, because the number's actually higher, but let's go low. Let's go with a low percentage, and let's go to 90. 90% of the time, whenever you take the underdog at the 5.5, 90% of the time, and that's a stretch with the 90, because it's actually better, you will win when you take the underdog with the plus 5.5. When it comes to them covering the game. When it comes to them covering the game, you take the 5.5, you are going to win. Right? I think it's a little lower with them winning outright. It should be in the 80s. I gotta go back to my because I'm going off of information that I clocked last year. So I didn't even do the update of the percentage this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right? But that's even higher this year. Now the thing is, you're not gonna find 5.5 all the time. So it's not like every game's gonna be 5.5. So because people can always say, well, then how come you're not rich over that? I don't control no line. You have to find these games at a 5.5. You have to see that these games open up as a 5.5. And I tell you, when it stays as a 5.5, right? Chances are you are going to cover. If that, there's a lot of people lately that's been hitting it. You know, a lot of my members, they've been hitting it. They say, yo, I'm going straight up. I'm straight taking the underdog money line. It's been working for them. But I always tell them, just in case, you don't always want to be greedy like that, because I want to see people win. Not always, I don't want to see you lose. So I'm gonna say it like, I just say it like, all right, just kind of be careful, because you never know. It may be that one game where the 5.5, like, just ends up in a 5 or 4 or 3 or 2, but they don't actually win. So just assess how the game is and then go. So I'll tell them, yo, just take the plot 5.5. Now, if you want to be more safe, if you see it flicker to a 6 before the game, I would say, all right, take the 6 in case it lands on that and it jerks everybody with the 5.5, right? But to make a long story short, right? Not even to talk about the extra shit. Whenever you see a 5.5, you may want to make a long story short. I'm taking the 5.5 this weekend with the Broncos, because I can't sit there and say all this and not do it, right? But I tell you this much: if I see a change to a 6 at some point, or if one of the books give me a better number, just in case something happened, I'll take a 6. But for the most part, 5.5s hit 90% of the time. And once again, me saying 90% of the time is I'm stretching it, because it's actually higher. And people that I've given 5.5 to for years, not even just this year, but for years, they can attest I am not lying. I am not lying. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand a lot. There's a lot of people that's gonna rock with them flat out. Go ahead. Because what I do is I'll have 2 separate tickets. Let's say, for instance, you guys are doing a parlay. You guys do parlays, right? Let's say you're doing a 2-teamer. Let's say, I don't know, whoever you guys have for Seattle and the Rams, right? Whoever you guys have, that's on you. So let's say you have that team, and then you want to do the Broncos Patriots game. I would say you need to have 2 tickets. One of them straight up. And then the other one, I mean, straight up with the Broncos. And then you should have another one, a backup one with the spread, or the straight up one that can be your backup. That way, you just covering it from both points, just in case you get jerked on your 2-teamer. If you think Seahawks is gonna win, fine. If you think Rams is gonna win, fine. But if you want to parlay it with the other game, now if you hit both the spread and the straight up, shit, whatever. Right? Me, I'm going with the spread, right? And I also think, I mean, the Patriots, what they had, like, basically 2 blowouts, right? I would say, like, it hasn't been competitive for them the last 2 games. With the Chargers, they won by more than by at least 2 scores, right? The same thing with the Texans, they won by 2 scores. I don't know if this one's gonna be a blowout. Oh, I'm sorry, I heard something. Me personally, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think this is going to be the game where it's going to be tight. They always have the Broncos and the Patriots tight anyway. Not even just with no damn, the roster that we have now, the coaches we have now have nothing to do with it. It's just the Broncos and the Patriots in general. They usually have these type of games, except for that one time when the Patriots had blew them out. When the Patriots blew Broncos out 41-16. I remember that. I think that was in 2015 or 16 or some shit like that. It was a regular game though. It wasn't in the playoffs. It was a regular game. I'm bugging out. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like I'm hearing something, but you guys don't hear nothing. All right, if it's good, it's good. I'm bugging out. But yeah, so so for the new ones, we're gonna talk about the 5.5 first. And the reason why we're gonna talk about the 5.5 first, well, we did talk about the 5.5 first, because being that you guys is new to this channel, that's actually something that is happening. The other numbers we'll get to. But yeah, 5.5. So 5.5. That's what it opened up as. I do believe it's gonna be some type of a tight game, right? And let's see. You got if I close the game, if if it's a close game, I'm taking that plus 200 early. Yeah, this Desmond Dixon was good, my guy. On FanDuel, they have the lines out. Yes, teams are three. Huh? What you mean? Number three teams are I don't know. You gotta put that. You gotta write that again. Everyone is talking about Super Bowl matchups. I don't think we get it. What you mean? Oh, the matchup. I don't know. I mean, I want to see Rams Broncos. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. But, 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 you guys, next show, which now I don't even know if I could say next show, guys. Or maybe I might have. All right, let me say this if you guys are listening. I might have to. I want to do this show this week, but I don't know if I should do it I don't know if I should do it until Sunday night after the NFC Championship game. Right? For the Super Bowl, there's only one matchup we haven't seen, which would be the Rams and the Broncos. We've seen the Broncos Seahawks, right? We've seen Patriots Rams, Patriots Seahawks. We've seen the only one we haven't seen was Broncos and Rams. Are they going to give us a part 2 of any one of those games, or even a part 3 via Rams Patriots? A lot of people believe we're going to see a part 2 in something. If the Seahawks win, the Seahawks is going to have a rematch. Back-to-back rematch. Not back-to-back rematch, but I'm just saying, when they went to their 2 Super Bowls, right? It was against the Broncos and the Patriots on their last 2 Super Bowls, right? So it's a chance that we can see that again, right? Maybe it could be a 10-year thing. No, I can't even say that was a 10-year thing, because if it falls on, no, can't even say that, because if it falls on 10 years, that's Carolina and the Broncos. You know, that's Carolina and the Broncos. If it falls on 10 years, if we was going by that number 10, so it's not that. It was anything but oh, damn, I can't tell it, because then I'll be telling on myself, right? Right? But let me shut up. I'm gonna stop right there. But Broncos Rams is what I want to see. But the one that would be funny to me is if we get a part 3 of Rams and the Patriots. And I have a whole breakdown as to why you guys would find this exciting, if this was to happen. Right? You guys will find this very exciting if we was to see Rams and Patriots part 3. Shout out to Lobo. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. I hope it happens, that way we can talk about it, because there's a theory that, I'm going to say this, there's a theory that I would like to see. Because this is the year of what? The injured quarterback. It's funny that they're talking about the 2017 season. So I'll say this to you guys, right? So since we're talking about the 2017 season, you know how they bring up the injured quarterback. What if, I'm just saying, what if by a chance, just hear me out. What if, I want to see the Rams Broncos too, 2017 revisit, but no Nick Foles type of win. Yeah, here's the funny thing about that. What if we do see another Nick Foles situation in the Super Bowl? Maybe, what if it's not about the whole Broncos and the Patriots? Which I know the Patriots was involved in it, but what if it's more about the Super Bowl? What if the Patriot, look, what if the Rams go to the Super Bowl? Right? This is a what if. This is a what if. Just hear me out. And I'm gonna say it now, and then we'll do a show about it if it hits. An actual show, right? An actual show. But this is how I would love to see it, right? This is how I would love to see it. Patriots. Patriots go to the Super Bowl against the Rams for part 3. Right? Why not? Somebody tell me why. Why wouldn't you guys like that in the comments? Why wouldn't you guys like to see that? Why wouldn't you want to see a part 3? Let me know. What is it about the part 3 that you don't like? I like it. Why not? Why not? Shout out to Charlie Kirk.
Are you fucking serious?
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. How come we can't get a Charlie Kirk Super Bowl? Be fire. What are you talking about? Nobody knows. Giving you time to think about it. No? Still don't got it yet? Charlie Kirk? Nah, like, you guys don't like that? Not attractive enough, right? Rams, Patriots? I don't like that? Nah, y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like that, right? That's not exciting enough for you guys, right? Well, I'm just saying. Why can't we get that? What's so wrong about that? If it was to happen. Let me read the comments. Charlie Kirk versus Drewski. Patriots is more box office. Stafford, you said Stafford and May. Kirk played for both the Rams and the Pats. I don't like it. I would love to see the Rams over the Patriots, to see the Rams finally win. Sorry, B. I know that's your team. No. Double P, the Patriots ain't my team no more. I don't got no team. The Patriots was my team when I was a fanboy. It ain't the... Ever since I stopped fucking with the Patriots, I always kept the Rams within Super Bowl contention. Right? Battle of the MVP candidates. That's something close. That's close. You guys is close. All right. Let's just have fun. Want to have fun with it? Why can't we get this? Why can't we get this? That's right. That's right, B from Ohio. Some people already been following me on Twitter too. So y'all already know I've been going hard on this. Why can't we get this? Why can't we get this? Why can't we get this? Why can't we see? I'm just asking, why can't we see Jimmy G take the Rams to the Super Bowl? Whether Matthew Stafford maybe gets hurt next game, Or maybe at some point in the Super Bowl, Jimmy G comes in and ends up being a superhero. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen for sure. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is going to happen for sure, but I've been thought about this. I said, why can't we see that, since this is the year of the backup quarterback? The NFL wants to promote it for some reason, so why can't they give us this? Jimmy G, and then like it would make more sense, right? Wouldn't it be fun if Jimmy G was to win, right, against his former team, the Patriots? Right? What if the Patriots do win this week, right? What if they beat their Stidham, and now they got to go to the Super Bowl and face another backup that they had on their squad? Not saying that's going to happen. This is assuming Stafford gets hurt. I'm not saying this is going to happen for sure, but I'm going to jump off the roof if something funny like this was going to happen. If you want to make it fun, why not make it fun? Right? This is me. Like if I was a part of the storyline, this is how I would do it. The 9 and the 11, the backup. But this time it's just switched around. See, number 11 was Carson Wentz as the starter. He gets replaced in the Super Bowl by number 9, Nick Foles, right? Matthew Stafford is number 9. But what if this time he's replaced in the Super Bowl because of injury by number 11? You just switch the 9 and 11 around.
Are you fucking serious?
Huh? Shout out to Charlie Kirk.
Are you fucking serious?
Now, if this shit happens, I want all of you guys to flood Twitter and tell them, no. You guys did not say that shit. Rigged, scripted, and fixed. Just in case this shit happens. Right? Because I can see the narrative if this happens. If it happens. I already had mentioned that whole shit about the Nick Foles shit. I even text my guys as soon as your man Bo Nix got hurt. I remember saying this is what's going to happen. They are going to run with the whole. They're going to mention 2017 watch. And sure enough, what happened that morning? The next morning, all over the internet, you kept hearing what? The 2017 season. But what if that was just a little bit of dice? Give us Jimmy G. Right? That's why I say shout out to Charlie Kirk, because it's funny that your man Charlie Kirk passed away. No disrespect. But it's funny this year your man Charlie Kirk does. Now this Charlie Kirk passes away. Charlie Kirk, where are you from? Charlie Kirk, last time I checked, Charlie Kirk is from Arlington, Illinois. Yes. Last time I checked, Jimmy G, where's Jimmy G from? Where's Jimmy G from? Charlie Kirk is from Arlington, Illinois. I don't know. I think he is. Charlie Kirk's from Arlington, Illinois. Where is Jimmy G from? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Where's Jimmy G from? I don't know. Arlington, Illinois. That's it.
Are you fucking serious?
Arlington, Illinois, Charlie Kirk is from. Jimmy G. Arlington, Illinois.
Are you fucking serious?
From the same place. They're from the same place. Arlington, Illinois. Bam. Bam. Connect the dots. Last 3 days, I've been seeing Jimmy G's face all over the internet. Why? He's just a backup. He's just a backup. Maybe because they talking about the whole backup thing, right? He's just a backup. Charlie Kirk, because I mean, he was what? His birthday was on the 14th, right? Charlie Kirk birthday's on the 14th. Happens to be, right? 10-14, right? Okay, sure, interesting. Sure, interesting. The 14th, you know. So he's involved with that whole number thing. Yeah, he goes down, right? He's from Arlington, Illinois. Jimmy G, why is he from Arlington, Illinois? Right? Now, if the Rams end up, this is if the Rams end up beating the Seahawks, right? This is an if, people. Now we got to go by if. If that doesn't happen, if the Seahawks win, this is all null and void. There's a breakdown for the Seahawks that I have too. Right? Right? Seahawks, if the Rams win, they happen to have a backup that's from Arlington, Illinois, number 11, right? This is very interesting. This is very interesting, right? I don't know. I keep everything just still the all the clues was there when it came to the whole gun control this year. Charlie Kirk getting killed, right? With a rifle, right? The NFL headquarters shooter with the rifle, Shane Tamara, number 5, right? Played in Los Angeles high school football. He was number 5. Los Angeles Rams is number 5, right? Jimmy Garoppolo plays for the backup. You know, he's number 11, right? He's number 11 to your man Matthew Stafford 9. You know that whole 9-11 thing, right? I mean, could be a reach, but if you want to script something, and also, I don't know, maybe your man Jimmy G can finally win a ring in San Francisco.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know. But like I said, you guys don't have to pay this too much attention because it could be this. All of this was a reach. This was just me having fun, right? Right? But there's no way on earth, right? There's no way on earth these things happen just to happen. Real sports does not align like that. There's no way real sports aligns like that at all. At all. Right? So that's how I would have fun with it if we mock the 2017 season. Right? But maybe we don't get that far. Maybe that whole mock-up was just because of your man Stidham. Right? Your man Stidham, maybe he got something for the Patriots. I mean, he did get drafted by the Patriots, so it maybe is more about that. But I tell you what, that 5.5, I'm going to be on that 5.5 because it's going to be the Broncos and the Patriots. Usually they always make, especially the playoffs, they usually make those games exciting. That's how they usually break it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if that whole thing with Jimmy G does happen, that's another story. You know, that's another that would be a fun one. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to rig it, that's how I would do it. But when it's time to get there, it's time to get there. But that's only if a Matthew Stafford gets hurt or we hear something about, oh, he's injured, and that's only if that, people. Like I said, if Matthew Stafford doesn't get hurt next game or even the first half or first quarter of the Super Bowl or something like that, then we can null and void that, right? I mean, let me make that clear, right? We can null and void that. But if we hear anything about a Matthew Stafford getting hurt in the game, then we can start having that conversation, especially if they beat Seattle, right? And today's January 20th. 2026, right? Remember where you heard it first. if you want to make fun with it, if it happens. Not saying it's going to happen. We have to have the Rams win first. They don't win first, dead this conversation. But if they do win, and we hear anything about Matthew Stafford has been having pains in his hand or some shit like that, has some type of an injury, and they bring in your man Garoppolo, we gonna have a field day. We are going to have a field day. Shout out to my chat. I just want to put that information out there. Because this is the shit that they give us. But I want to see it happen. Some type of fake injury, and they do that. But that's only for storyline wise. Other than that, I mean, you know me. Rams all the way. If not, then Seattle all the way. Both of the teams is in the finals, so it's like, it's kind of good. It's kind of good. It's kind of, just know that I'm not rocking with AFC to win the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. I'm not rocking with them to win the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not rocking with them to win the Super Bowl. When the Super Bowl matchup comes out, either the Rams or the Seahawks is going to be there. That's who I'm rocking with. Depending on the line. I have to be fair because I can't sit there and preach all this line shit and then I see something else. So until we see that line for the Super Bowl, right? Not the hypothetical lines, but the lines that they open up with. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. Now, for those that just came in, right? For those that just came in, what I've been talking about is Sean Payton's revenge. Does Sean Payton get his revenge? And I'm not talking about the missed the pass interference call that messed them up in the 2018 season against the Rams, right? That can be revenge if the Broncos win this game and then the Rams also win. Sean Payton's revenge. Then we can have that conversation. But no, for those that's wondering, what do I mean by Sean Payton's revenge? It was more. It was more like this, right? You guys remember this? Roll the tape. For those that just came in the chat, that's what I'm talking about. Sean Payton was on the opposite end when his Saints took that L to your man Stephon Diggs and the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 14, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, number 14, Stephon Diggs. On January 14th, 2018.
Are you fucking serious?
14. 14. Yeah. This the same, and that comes from the 2017 season. So 2017 copycat, like I told people before. Are we seeing another? Are they just picking things from 2017 to fit their narrative, right? Sean Payton, Stephon Diggs. I wonder if they're going to show it at any part of the game, or are they going to talk about it, or will we see it on Twitter? I hope not. But I won't be surprised if they're talking about the game and then they say, oh man, Sean Payton knows a thing or two about Stephon Diggs, and then they end up showing the footage or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guys in the chat. Right? So with that being said though, for those that's watching, now I hear what you guys are saying in the chat. I hear it. I see people saying that it makes more sense for the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. It makes more money that way. I hear you guys. I'm hearing you guys say the Broncos too. And somebody asked me, was it Floyd? If it goes down to +5 Floyd, I'm still taking the Broncos. Honestly, I would bring it back up to, at that point, if it goes down to 5 and any of you guys don't catch the 5.5 spread and you see the line go to 5, just buy your point. Buy your point and bring that shit to 6. Bringing it to 6, I don't think they're gonna charge you that much. Right? Your -10 might go to what? -130, 138, depending on your book though. That does matter. It does matter. But what I'm saying is, if you see the line, anybody that's listening, right? Because we've been speaking about 5.5, right? But for some reason, if you go to bet and you don't see a +5.5, don't freak out, because at the end of the day, no game ends on a half a point anyway, right? But if you see that, just go to 6. Even though I've always told you guys, I never like a 6 because 6 don't make no sense. When it comes to an underdog, never take nothing less than a touchdown, right? I would take the 7 if that's the case, right? I would take a 7 to be safe. Get the touchdown with the extra point to be safe. But anyone that's taking a +5.5 spread and you see it drop down to 5, I don't blame you if you take the 6, just in case you get jerked by half a point, right? Somebody actually misses the extra, or it could be a field goal game, and that's how a team wins by 6. They ended up scoring 2 field goals, and the other team had the chance to do something. They don't get the touchdown, game over, and then the other team wins by 6 or some shit like that. It's possible. So I would say if it drops down to 5, don't be afraid to get a 6. If you can get a 7 at a good price at any point, that's at a good point. Take it. You might be parlaying it with something else and you might not care. That's another thing too, right? But because that matters. That matters. So anything to help us and put you in a driver's seat. You understand what I'm saying? Both teams he previously lost to in the divisional. You're talking about Diggs? Diggs seems important. Yeah. Year of the horse. I think a lot of you guys think the Broncos is going to pull it off. Robin Crown, yeah, we said, peace, God. Do you also drop the science on basketball as well? Oh, let me tell you something, Robin. Let me tell you something. Shout out to you on this one. Let me just say this before I get back to what I'm saying. Let me tell you something, Robin. You're going to have a lot of fun. Don't get me started on basketball. As somebody that, let me just say this. Football ain't shit.
Are you fucking serious?
Football ain't shit compared to the things I will and can say about basketball. Being that I was up close and personal with certain things, I'll just say that basketball is nothing. Robin, you're going to have a lot of fun. When football is over, make sure you got your popcorn ready. Make sure you got your popcorn ready. Shout out to you on that one. Hell yeah. So like I was saying, the Broncos +5.5. Right? Chiefs won in the rival division. Yes. And I made I spoke about that, I think 2 lives ago. The Rams can be the next team to win in a rival, or the Seahawks, right? The Seahawks or the Rams right now can be the next team to win in a rival's stadium. Yes. But the reason why it will make more sense if the Rams do it is because of the whole connection with the Rams and the Chiefs. Because like I've been telling people, right? What Super Bowl have we all? Either your Super Bowl is going to entail the Chiefs or it's going to have the Rams. Either or. For some reason, they never have them in at the same time, but you're always going to have a Rams versus Chiefs. I said it on Lobo's show years ago. Shout out to Lo. I said it years ago. There's footage of it. Right? And when I said that years ago, it still remains the same today. If anybody wonders what I'm talking about, I said if you pay attention to the last couple of Super Bowls, and that was when that was when Patrick Mahomes first started, right? So think about when Patrick Mahomes first started that year. That year, every Super Bowl had Rams or the Chiefs. Right? That year the Rams went to the Super Bowl. Speaking of that, that was when your man Sean Payton, since we speaking on him, got jerked with the no call. Right? If you think about that, if you go down the list, right, you had Rams go to the Super Bowl that year. The next one was the Chiefs. Right after that, okay, 2018 season, Rams. 2019 season, Chiefs. 2020 season, the Chiefs. 2021 season, the Rams. 22, Chiefs. 23, Chiefs. 24, Chiefs. Now, this is the 25 season. We got to see what happens, but the Rams is in the Final Four. It's still the same. I said it years ago, and it's still happening. You're either going to see the Rams or the Chiefs as one of the teams in the Super Bowl. If it happens again this year, the pattern will still remain the same. Even though I think it will end this year, but it's been the same way. Rams or Chiefs. Bro, this goes back deep. This goes back deep. Yes, the last regular season MVP to win a Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes. Before that was Kurt Warner. I predict Stafford retires like Kershaw did this year. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Go out, retire. Number 5, Los Angeles Rams. Right? Right? We see 2 number 1 seeds, right? Now, if 2 number 1 seeds happen, which, I won't be surprised if that happens either, Seahawks versus Patriots, right? Seahawks and Broncos. I don't know if here's my thing. If we was to see a Broncos versus the Seahawks, I'm not going to lie to you, as much as I would like to see the Seahawks win, I wouldn't understand that game too much, because what would we benefit off of that game unless we see your man Stidham with a Super Bowl ring?
Are you fucking serious?
That's the only way I see it. Like if you think about all the matchups, guys. Don't underestimate the LA versus Drake narrative like they did LA over Canada's basketball. Who, me? I'm riding with LA. I'm riding with LA all the way. I'm riding with that all the way. I'm not gonna say they haven't paid off Missouri. No, but it takes years. It still takes years. And not only that, people, not only just that, it's still LA by itself with that SoFi Stadium. You do know that SoFi Stadium was expensive as hell. That's what made everything so bad. For those that don't know, if you think about it, that whole Missouri thing was a mess with the Rams and basically with the Rams. Because why, people? Because they left prematurely. That's why. Most of the teams that you see that travel from one city to the next city, right? Mostly every team did it because their lease was up on an agreement, right? That this team is going to represent this city or state for a certain amount of time. The Rams and the state of Missouri was early. Your man Steve Kroenke, he left early. That's the reason why it became a big deal. So since you leave early, there's consequences that happen with that. Jobs, the market, all that. What's going to happen? Because the NFL's owned by all the owners together. So now they all have to flip that. They all responsible for that. But if that's the case, we got to give this team that's leaving, you gotta hold the bigger bill out of all this. So the only way to do that is if we make sure you have success. If we give you success, more money comes in, because you gotta cover this mess. we got to pay for it too. But since you want to leave early, right, and this is your team, you're going to have to pay most of this bill. We got to have them win if that's the case. Bring more seats in that damn SoFi, and even before SoFi, wherever they was playing before that, we got to get more asses in the seats. We got to see the Rams logo more. We have to see them more. More money comes. You got to pay that. You got to pay that off, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want, I just want people to understand that shit, right? But back to what I was saying, as far as all the Super Bowl matchups, I don't see Seahawks and Broncos. To me, it don't make no sense. What are we getting out of that? There's no Russell Wilson. I'll tell you this. Let me say this, y'all. If we was gonna have that, right? So being that they the final 4 teams, but they're part of the final 4 teams that's left. Not to be funny, even though he's already washed, right? They should have had Russell Wilson still a part. He still should have been a part of the roster, to be honest with you. It would have made more sense, to be honest. Even if Russell Wilson was a backup, you still have him as, that means he'll be starting, right? But they probably wouldn't have went with that narrative. Or would they? But who knows, right? It ain't happened, so whatever, right? But if you have your man Russell Wilson still a part of the Denver Broncos, and then there could be a conversation of, are we going to see the Broncos and the Seahawks part 2? And then you have your man Russell Wilson there, because that's how he won his first Super Bowl. In a blowout against, what's their name? Against the Seahawks. They blew the Seahawks out. Peyton Manning and the Seahawks out, right? See what I'm saying? So why don't they just do something? They should have did it like that. It would have made more sense to me if they did it like that. So I don't really like the whole storyline of the Broncos versus the Seahawks, because nobody's really there. I know there's former players that can be there and, talking about the game, being a part of the game and shit like that, but they're not playing in the game. The coaches ain't even there. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. Broncos, Rams, we never seen that. That's something that would be exciting to me. Actually, I have if that happens, I have a breakdown for that game, right? But I would like to see that. But if not, Patriots, Seahawks. Once again, I don't like that either. I don't like it. I don't like it either. Unless the NFL is setting up something funny. You gotta set up something funny if you're gonna go that route. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I just don't like it. Patriots, Rams. For me personally, I know there's a lot of people that say they don't like it, but for me personally, of being somebody that was a Patriots fanboy at one point, which you guys already know, I would love that. I have no problem with the whole 13-3, even though it was a snooze fest. Watching it, it's boring, right? But if you're a fan of it and you have money on it, I had no problem with that at all. That's the whole point. It depends on how you're looking at it. If you got some money on that game, you really don't care. You actually like the outcome if your team is winning. Keep it like this, keep it like this, keep it like this. I have a ticket to cash. I'm a fan of this team, keep it like that. Now, if you sitting back with your popcorn and you want some entertainment and you was looking forward to this day via the Super Bowl and it ends up boring, then I can understand why you say, this is a snooze fest. I don't like this one. Of course, right? But if it's your team and, and whatnot. Matter of fact, I think I have I was on the TV show when the Rams versus the Chiefs, the Rams versus the Patriots. It was a betting show that was on Showtime. How the fuck did I forget the own show that I was with? I was on the last episode 4, because they did 4 of them when they spoke about the Rams and the Chiefs, the Super Bowl. That's when New Jersey finally opened up their sports betting, so it was a big deal there. You guys know Vegas Dave or whatever. They was covering him, but they was covering him from Jersey. Bill Krakenberger, right? He was there. He was there in Jersey, and there was 2 more other people, Kelly from Vegas and somebody else. If you guys remember that show, right? It was on Showtime. It was 4 episodes, and that's when I was there with the whole. I when I get the footage, I think probably next live I'm gonna show it to you guys. I wish I had it already locked up now. Yeah, I had it locked up now. Damn it! I wish I could show you guys. But you know that game ended up being a snooze fest. It was just a blowout. I say all that to say, yeah, it was a blowout. But when it's your team, you actually don't care. You know, you don't care. Right? So to me, I do want to see LA there. I think the NFL needs to put LA there. But Patriots in LA, and Rams, I would like to see part three. I saw part one, right? I Patriots fan. You guys know that since back then, since before Brady, right? So I was able to witness that one, right? I always thought the Rams was cool. I always loved their jerseys when I was young. I remember when they had beat what was it, the Titans, right? When they had won that Super Bowl, that was an interest. I love that Super Bowl, right? Um, so I remember that Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Rams. I remember the one we just had a couple of years ago. I remember that one. So I want to see a part three. But like I said, you know, Stafford is Stafford. But to me, it's better if your man Stafford gets a fake injury or whatever, right? I'm gonna call it that. He gets a fake injury. Your man Garoppolo comes in and Garoppolo beats the team that that drafted him, right? He gets the last laugh. Not not Stidham, not Drake May, but he gets the last laugh, the ultimate last laugh, and gets to raise the trophy. Then it could be deja vu to the Patriots, but from a former teammate. That would make more sense. More, but that's the best way to do it. You know. So we gotta look at this. We I don't somebody I just saw something about saying that New York Knicks is winning it all. There's no chance that's ever gonna happen.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Yeah, no. Being here, living in New York, I tell you that for sure. That's never gonna happen at all. Okay, yeah. For those I want, it's called action. It's called action. For those that's wondering, right? It's called. I'll post it right here. I got it down. I actually got to download it myself too because I don't have the footage no more. That was an interesting ass Super Bowl. I remember that one. Yeah, this is what it's called. How I forget? It's called Action. I was gonna say something else. Yeah, it's right here. It's 4 episodes. It was when the state of New Jersey finally opened up their sports betting. But don't even really worry about New Jersey too much. It's more mainly about. I mean, it was, but the last episode was the Super Bowl, and they was talking about who was betting on who. The people, the everybody, the big whales, the money that they had, who they had their money on, and things like that. That was the episode that I was on. I was on the last episode, and that's when you'll see me with the Tom Brady jersey on, and the hat. I had the hat that said GOAT and the Tom Brady jersey on. But I'm gonna roll the footage. I'm sorry. Next episode, next not next episode, next live stream and shit like that. I want to watch it back myself. That was back then. That was damn. How long ago was that? 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. That was it was good times, man. Good times. But yeah, it's action. It's called action. You get all 4 episodes. What is it like? See Kelly Stewart, Dave, Bill Krakenberger, as you guys can see, right? Though, no disrespect to Kelly Stewart, but I just think she's more of a baiter. I don't think anybody should take her picks. To be honest with you, you're just gonna lose more than you win.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know why I was chopping up like that. But yeah. But yeah, anyway. So I mean, I just need to know, Sean Payton or chat. Do you guys feel like this is gonna be a blowout? Anybody listening, do you feel like it's gonna be a blowout instead? All right, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a blowout. Yeah, Matthew Stafford birthday's on the 7th too, by the way, for anybody that want to know. February 7th, Matthew Stafford. Yeah, that's his birthday. Nah, you don't think it's gonna be a blowout? No. Close game. I'm seeing close game. All right. Yeah, hold on. It's a whole episode. I want the score. Oh man, fuck that bullshit they talking about. Hold on, man. This is bullshit. What are they doing? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like this shit. Why do they do this? All right. I mean, I told you I was gonna show it, so I'm gonna show it. Here you go.
That happening in your mind. Write down the score on the palm of your other hand. Big. Hold it close to your heart when you're done. Matthew.
Yes.
Take this ball.
Okay.
Look one more time, side to side. That spin. Might as well be saying it to me in my ear.
Yeah.
Go. What's your play?
Throwing it to Kyron.
Kyron catches it. Now what?
He's throwing it back to me. Right? And then I'm throwing it to Kobe Durant.
Kyron. And then Kobe Durant. It's the Broncos, isn't it? It's the Broncos in your mind. Am I right? I knew it was. 23-14. Is that the score? Show me your hand. But wait,
Yeah.
Matthew, stop. You could have thrown to anybody in this room. Kyron, what's your jersey number? 23. Kobe, what's your jersey number? 14. Matthew, stand up for me. Imagine you have a football in your hands.
One more time for those
And
that wasn't
close your
paying
eyes.
attention.
I want you to see yourself grabbing that ball, throwing it to anybody in this room.
Even though I do know that this is fake. That's how I feel.
Swear to God, I did not tell you what to do. Random choice, you could have picked anybody.
Correct.
Tell us, who are you in your mind seeing catching that ball right at this moment? Say it.
Devontae Adams.
Turn around, open your eyes. One man is standing up. I told him stand up, Devontae Adams.
Okay. Not a big stretch.
Devontae. Imagine that we go all the way, playoffs, we win. We're in the Super Bowl. See that happening in your mind? Write down the score on the palm of your other hand. Big.
Pay attention to how your man Oz said, we win. He made sure to say that 3 times. You play 3 games in the playoffs. Then you go to the Super Bowl. Let's go back.
Hold it close to your heart when you're done. Matthew.
Yes.
Take this ball.
Okay.
Look one more time, side to side. That spin. Might as well be saying it to me in my ear.
Yeah.
Go, what's your play?
Throwing it to Kyron.
Kyron catches it, now what?
He's throwing it back to me. Right? And then I'm throwing it to Kobe Durant.
Kyron, and then Kobe Durant. It's the Broncos, isn't it? It's the Broncos in your mind. Am I right? I knew it was. 23-14. Is that the score? Show me your hand. But wait, Matthew, stop. You could have thrown to anybody in this room. Kyron, what's your jersey number? 23. Kobe, what's your jersey number? 14.
I mean, okay, so let me tell you guys, I saw this in November. I already had saw this. I never spoke about it because we all know. Let's keep it 100. Your man Oz the Mentalist, like I don't know. You know, to me, I like I said, all this shit's fixed anyway, right? So I didn't really pay too much attention, right? Even though I had the Rams high up there, and you know the number 14 was spoken about. But to me, it was more like it's the number 14. So if you have him do some shit like that, of course they're gonna speak about the number 14. But seeing that this can possibly come into play, right, makes you think. Now, and only reason why I played that is to go back to not even just the Rams, right, but that score 23-14. Let me tell you something. I think you guys want to pay attention to this score or even the margin of victory this year's Super Bowl. I think you may want to pay attention to that. That's all I'm going to say. You may want to pay attention to that. We all know if you're going to go to a sports book or if you're staying home watching the game, you may want to pay attention to those prop bets. Those prop bets is going to be very, very important. It's going to be a sign somewhere, y'all. It's going to be a sign somewhere. Right? It's going to be a sign listen. I don't know. We might see something. Number 14, the number 4, 41, 14 is going to be involved in the Super Bowl some way, somehow. And I don't want you guys to miss out on that shit. I don't want you guys to miss out on that shit. At all. Please don't miss out on that. That's what I'm saying. It's there for you. It's right. It's right there. It's right there. You know, the number 4 always comes into place some way, somehow. Even 2 4s. 2 4s is a big deal as well. Right? It's just 4s all over the place. Just be very careful with that. Be very, very careful with that. I don't want to see 2 2s. I don't want to see 2 2s. I don't want to see Broncos and Patriots. I don't want to see no 2 2s at all. No, I mean y'all can multiply that score. What, 2 times 3 times 1 times 4, you'll get 24. Right? 2 times 3 times 1 times 4, you'll get 24. Right? But I'm just saying. But besides all that, 14 is gonna play a crucial role. I don't know. I sound like a broken record, and I know y'all tired of hearing that. But it's not my fault. It keeps coming about. We gonna see this. Are the Rams, not the Chiefs or the Rams, are the Broncos gonna upset the Patriots? Does the NFL have the Broncos upsetting the Patriots? Close game. Or do we get a blowout? I don't think we get a blowout. And I'm talking about this game. I'm not talking about the NFC. This game, I don't think we get a blowout. Honestly, I don't know if my shit is lagging. Honestly, this is a little thing that I feel too. I think a lot of people may want to be careful betting this weekend for the simple fact, last weekend, a lot of favorites won. Right? Didn't the favorites sweep the board? Yes, they did. Because your man Kevin Durant, which was funny, Kevin Durant was promoting his parlay. His parlay was Seattle, Los Angeles, um, Denver, and the Patriots. That was his parlay. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I say people need to be careful. Because I feel like this can be the weekend. The dogs hit. Yeah. Too many favorites, and then in the national title yesterday, they didn't cover, but they went straight up. Like, all right, I've seen this plenty of times. I've seen this last year. I told people this last year, the year before. Yeah. All right, now, just be careful. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. The books in that league will get you. So just be careful. We might get 1-1. Right? To me, it still don't make no sense. I don't know why. If Seattle's so better than the Los Angeles Rams, like everybody keeps saying, it should be more than 2.5. The line should be more than 2.5. And I'm still waiting for a Sam Darnold fake injury to happen, if anything. If we don't get Matthew Stafford getting hurt at some point, right? That Sam Darnold injury that he supposedly had last week, and then it magically changed. They end up blowing out the 49ers, and his hand wasn't no issue. That shit came out for a reason, right? I'm not wishing nothing on nobody, but I'm gonna tell y'all this: we gonna see some injury this weekend, somewhere. There at the Super Bowl, you're gonna hear something about an injury. Watch. I'm gonna laugh if it's Drake May, no funny shit, but I highly doubt that, right? And I need to see who's gonna win that MVP, bro. I'm still waiting on that. Well, we got like 2 weeks. Don't know, next week, right? Because after this, then we'll see next week during the weekend who's gonna get MVP. So, I mean, hey, people, that's how I feel. I think they're gonna pull a rug on somebody. They're going to pull a rug on some team. He said, I don't know if the dogs is going to hit because they paid the public in a wild card. Now it's time to collect these final rounds of the favorites. No, crypto. That's what happened last week. In the divisional. Look what happened in the divisional. Look what happened with the divisional. Think about it. All the money, not all the money, majority of the money from the public. How can I say it? How can Patriots was a big deal. All the favorites won last week. All the favorites won last week as well. That's what I'm trying to say. The favorites just keep winning. If they are, it's the Patriots. 70% of money is on the Patriots. Drake May winning the MVP. Well, Double P, I hope he does win the MVP. I'm not rooting for him, but I hope so. Yeah, the Rams is barely an underdog, and that's what I'm saying. If Seattle's so much better the way everybody is saying, Seattle should at least be a 3.5 at home. You giving me under 3 points? I'm taking a dog. I'm taking a dog. You giving me under 3 points, and I'm taking a dog. And you guys is home. You're not at least good enough for a 3 or 3.5 at best. I'm taking the dogs. Patriots are cooked. Damn, a lot of people think Patriots. There's a lot of people that feel like the Patriots is cooked. Okay. It's only, man, listen, it's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out. We shall see what's going to happen. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. But I mean, Sean Payton, I need to see what Sean Payton do. I need to see what the NFL have cooked up for him. Like, come on, Sean Payton, you can't keep failing like that. I won't be surprised if and oh yeah, I gotta say this. You guys know what do I always say? Be careful for. It happens way too much. Anybody that's listening to, anyone that's new, right? Let me put you on game with something. Shout out to all you guys that's watching, right? Here's another thing I want you to write down. I promise you this too, right? Because we spoke about the 5.5. Anybody that's watching that's new, let me put you on to something. Here it goes. Ready? It's simple. Early celebrating. Now, if you need me to do a show, a live about this, I can do a live about this with no problem. It's called heavy celebrating, celebrating too much. I have the encoding is over. You might see it get a little choppy. I don't know why. Everything else is good on my end, but we're gonna make this last point, right? We're gonna make this point because I need you guys to write this down. When you celebrate too much, right? When you celebrate too much, then very next game you usually lose. Okay? When you celebrate too much, the next game you lose, especially at home. If you at home and you win a home game and you lose, as a matter of fact, it don't. When you have a home game and you win, be very careful the next game at home. But it's not even just a home thing. It's just in general. When you have a certain game that you win and it's an emotional game, the next game doesn't end up like that previous game. I say all that to say the Patriots. Did you guys see the pregame of that Patriots game when they had won? Right? Did you guys see? You would have thought the Patriots won the AFC championship. Try to look at the post game after they won that game. And it's not like it was a close game, right? It was I would call it a blowout. Look at the celebrating that was happening. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen to the Patriots this weekend, right? Because I always like to say that. But don't be surprised if they have to work for a win, is what I'm saying. Because too much celebrating. You would have thought, I guess your man Diggs was emotional. Well, he always crying, right? Like, he emotional. You would have, well, they even had his girl Cardi B going crazy. You would have thought that they won the AFC Championship with the way they was going about it. Robert Kraft, they kept showing Robert Kraft, and then he got up, 2 minutes before the game, because, he already knew this game is over, obviously, he already knew that, but, it was so much celebrating. Now, I'm going to say this, maybe it's the fact that this is their last game at home for the season, right, and they won't be back until next season, because they don't get a home game for the championship, right, and then, obviously, they got to go to San Francisco if they go to the Super Bowl. So maybe it was no more home games for them for the season. So that's the reason why they were celebrating. Maybe so. I'll give it that. Right? At best, I'll give it that. Let's just say that's what that was. But if it wasn't that, you may want to be careful rooting for a team that celebrates too much. When you celebrate too much, that usually ends up in a loss.
Are you fucking serious?
We've seen it way too much. Yes, the Lions did that against the Niners in the NFC, the conference game in the first half. That's what you're talking about, right? Remember the whole all the celebrating? I see another one someone said. If the Patriots make it, everyone betting against them. Shit, I think everybody going to bet with them. The Cardi B, I've heard that too. Someone say that they're gonna win the Super Bowl because they have Cardi B. So basically they moving from Taylor Swift to Cardi B. Like they switching up girls every couple of years. That's what they doing. Interesting. Interesting. I just know this is just me. Like, there's a lot of crooks and bad people that's associated with the NFL. But one thing I can say is the NFL also has a certain image. Just like when it comes to Super Bowls, they don't let certain men lift up that Super Bowl. You have to look a certain way, right? Um, Cardi B and Stephon Diggs going to be a great representation of the NFL, right? Not saying that they can't win a Super Bowl, but is that a great representation? Because it's not like that's his wife and he's doing things the quote unquote right way. He's doing things the exact opposite way. And Cardi B is still what, a married woman, right? Not to even talk about all that stuff, but she's with Stephon Diggs. Like, is that a great representation? Because think about it. So if they raise the trophy, so is the NFL that scandalous, right? So the NFL is that scandalous. They raise the trophy. Stephon Diggs is in the middle of the floor. Cardi goes there and hugs him, but she's still a married woman to another man. I'm just asking. This is me not getting in. But if you guys sit and think about it, that's not a good image for the NFL. Right? When it comes to business wise, when it comes to the people in power, that's what I'm saying, right? Not the ghetto shit. But for the NFL, so she's gonna be hugging him, and meanwhile he has I don't even want to go there. But she's still a married woman to another man. Is that I've never seen the NFL do no shit like that. That's just me. That's just me. It don't look good. That's not a good image for the NFL if they was to do that. That's the reason why I said, okay, if the Patriots win, fine. They win. I stand corrected, right? Listen, I've been on the good side of the Patriots winning Super Bowls on all the 6 that they won. Right? Don't make me no difference. That was my last team that I was rocking with. Right? But I'm trying to be like serious here. I don't see that image unless they just go there. But what type of image is that? Me personally, right? If there's gonna be any, because Stephon Diggs' name is in the news a lot, right? But if there's gonna be any ritual for him, I would see him have a quiet season, a good quiet season, and then after they win the Super Bowl, that's when the bad stuff usually happens. That's usually when the bad stuff happens. After you win. They ain't even win a Super Bowl yet. But hey, that's just me talking. If the NFL goes that far, they go that far. Me personally, I don't see it, y'all. For anybody that's listening, I don't see it. I don't see it. I can't just go Patriots all the way. I don't see it. I know the Patriots organization very well from top to bottom. That was my last favorite team. I usually know how it goes, right? When them winning the Super Bowl this year, I don't know. I can be wrong. But I don't see what's next after that. And then I'm gonna say this. A lot of people always say the Patriots win. Oh, because Trump, right? And America and things like that. I would tell people you gotta hold your horses just a little bit. I'm gonna tell you why, because there's something else that you guys are forgetting, right? If it's chopping up like that, I don't know why it's doing that, right? Let me say this. Let me say this. You got to be careful when you always talk about the Patriots winning because of America, because sometimes that's not always the case, right? It's not always the case, because you guys is forgetting about one thing. The Patriots usually do go to a Super Bowl right around election, yeah, right the year or the year after. Yes, that is true. This is true. But you do know the same thing. The same thing applies for 2025, right? Y'all think the Patriots is gonna win? The anniversary 250 is what for the year 2005, 2025? Because somebody in the chat let me know if I'm correct or am I not. I want to make sure. So the whole 250 celebration, that's going on, is that for the year 2025 or 26? I want the chat to write it and let me know. Yeah, I was a Patriots fan, Robin. I have all the footage too. It's this year in 2026, not 2025. 2026 is the 250. So that's the reason why the people are running with the Patriots. Right? Is that what it is? Hmm. Hmm. There's something to that. There's something to that. There's something to that. There's some there's something that's there's something that I think a lot of people need to address before they go with that. It's something that you guys got to address before you guys go with that. July 4th, 2026, America turns 250 this year. Okay. Okay. I've never seen a team so hyped up in my life like Indiana. Indiana's they not doing nothing next year, bro. Yeah. Indiana not doing nothing. That was only because of the year 14. I mean, the number 14 that they was running with in 2025. The number 14 was a big deal in 2025 and also kind of right now at the top of the year. And that's the only reason why Indiana's the 14th state if you say it in alphabetical order. They land on 14. Indiana's not going anywhere after this. They're not going anywhere after this. If anybody wants to bet me that Indiana's going to be some big powerhouse, I'm willing to bet with anybody about Indiana. I'm willing to bet with anybody. It's going to go back to regular scheduled programming with Indiana. That's a promise. That's a promise. They're all baits. The Patriots are similar to the Chicago Bulls. They are cursed because of two players, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. We will do a show about that. If the Patriots win this Sunday, are they going to raise that trophy? Is Tom Brady's statue going away? We're going to have that discussion. That's only if they win, though. So, I mean, I don't know. Something that people got to look out for. All the money was on Pat too, and they still let them win. Yeah, because they was a dynasty. That's why I said I think the last show I said the only teams you trust is the dynasty teams. If we're not in the dynasty era, don't just trust any team in the Super Bowl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Only dynasty teams, Patriots, Pats. Even though both teams are not Patriots and Chiefs. I mean, even though both teams is not undefeated, but those are the teams that those are the teams that most likely is gonna win. But with the way sports betting is getting year after year after year, people, I don't think it's gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be like that anymore. I mean, you may want to be careful, man. You may want to be careful. Listen, I want to let you guys know, don't get nervous. Seriously, every single one of y'all, don't get nervous. My secret is I'm doing this on purpose. If your style is sick, mine must be allergic.
Are you fucking serious?
Nah, but seriously though, like, I'm trying to see if I could pull something up for you guys. That's what it is. Oh man. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see what y'all talking about over here. Indiana's done after this, man. They're done. Chris Collinsworth commenting Super Bowl this year. If Pats make it, it will. Well, if who make it, it'll be his fourth. If who makes it, or if this will be his fourth that he's commenting, that's what you mean. Regardless of the script, if certain teams keep having the pattern of postseason failure, stop assuming it'll magically change. Bills. It won't happen. That's what I'm saying. It won't. And the only reason why I don't speak on the Bills too much because I'm a New Yorker and I already know what the deal is with them. That's why when people have this conversation about the Bills, I'm like, I don't even like having that conversation, to be honest with you. I'm telling you, being from New York, I know what the deal is with the Buffalo Bills already. They're not gonna let the Buffalo Bills have more success than the city teams. They're not gonna let them have more success than the city teams. That's the reason why I usually don't like having these conversations with people about the Bills. This is somebody that's from New York. They're not letting the Bills have more success than New York teams. They're not. They're not going to do that. Sean Payton's fourth conference championship too. But with the Bills, can I see Josh Allen going to another team? Yeah, if he's not going to do the whole Dan Marino role, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. But Buffalo Bills, it's I don't speak on Buffalo Bills, bro. Right? I'm not saying you guys I get tired of it, but I don't talk the Bills. I don't talk about them like that because they're not gonna let the Bills have more success than even the Giants or the Jets. They may have better records than them, right? Better records than them, but they're not gonna let them have bigger success. Yo, if anybody really wanted to know what was good with the Bills, all they had to do was call me. I could have easily told them that's not happening, bro. I'm telling you, I live here in New York. The Bills is not gonna win the Super Bowl. There's no way they're gonna let that happen. That's not happening. By letting the Bills win and recouping the money, they don't even really need to do that because you already know. You know who's paying for all that? The New Yorkers themselves.
Are you fucking serious?
That money, they got that money right back for that stadium, bro. With the shit that they doing here in New York, if anybody knows, with the whole transit system and what they doing with us people who drive and shit like that, and all these changes, they got that. Listen, the Bills don't need to win no Super Bowl. Well, at least not this season, right? This season that just passed, there was no chance in hell that they was winning this. They was winning the Super Bowl. It don't make no sense. It don't make no. The only thing that makes sense to me right now, I tell you this is the only thing that makes sense to me right now. What Josh Allen just got a contract though, not too long ago, right? Damn. Okay. If the NFL can have a blockbuster trade, right? Some type of blockbuster trade. How long is he supposed to be on the Bills? Somebody in the chat let me know. I don't feel like. I mean, I have the top 10 quarterback shit. I can look it up, but somebody who knows his contract right now. Somebody could pop that up. Let me know. Yeah, you get 1 point for 10 state they taxing in New York and New Jersey. Exactly. That's why double P, you have to get your car registered out of state where you can actually get tents. That's all I'm saying. It works. 5-year contract. Okay, 5-year contract. And what he did it last year or something? 2 years ago or whatever. So let's just say, you know what makes sense for Josh Allen? When your man Matthew Stafford retires, why don't you just put Josh Allen in there? When Matthew Stafford retires, why don't you just put Josh Allen as a Los Angeles Ram? Why don't you just do that? Just do that. Yeah, sponsored by SoFi makes more sense. Just bring him over to Los Angeles. After Matthew Stafford is gone, you'll have somebody like, I don't know, somebody play for like the Los Angeles Rams for like maybe 2 years or so, whatever, nothing too serious. And then you have your man Josh Allen go over there. That makes more sense. That's what I see. Just do that. Just do that. Josh Allen, just go play for the Rams. Just have him straight play for the Rams. Leave Buffalo and play for the Rams. You already have a deal with SoFi. Play for that stadium. Right? For all the marbles, you want to make it exciting, right? Right? NFL, listen to me, right? Because I'm giving y'all a storyline right now, even though we already know y'all have shit 10 years ahead, right? NFL, this is what you do. Make things exciting. Once you have Josh Allen go over to the Los Angeles Rams, right? He's with SoFi, right? Right? And then, right, when your man Patrick Mahomes comes back, he's with State Farm, right? He's with his Chiefs, right? Why don't you have Chiefs versus the Rams this time for all the motherfucking marbles? And we finally get the Rams versus the Chiefs, and you finally get Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen in the Super Bowl.
Are you fucking serious?
So now, that whole thing about Josh Allen can't get past the Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, you might as well have them face each other where? In the Super Bowl. And yes, Robin, that's if they're willing to pick up his contract. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Good shit, Robin. That's if they're willing to pick it up. But if they ain't willing to pick it up, it ain't even nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to talk about. But if you want to make things exciting, NFL, this is what you do. This is what you do. If you need to know where to send a payment at, I can give you my Cash App or my address or something like that. NFL, you can send me the payment. Thank me later for that one. Do that. That's the story. You want to make things exciting, right? Hey, I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I know I be like, I'm telling you, like the stories is there. Hold on. I'm actually loading up something for y'all. Damn Super Bowl, man. Like some being on TV being on TV is pretty interesting. You know, I like the funny shit. I like it. Hold on. I got some. Yeah, you know. This is back before like a lot of people knew me and shit like that. I was on my shit.
I can't believe it.
I knew he was gonna fucking miss that.
They scared, baby. They don't want it. Why you look so nervous?
I don't understand this.
Yeah, man, loosen up your shirt, man. You tight as hell
You see
right
how
now, man. Loosen
you
up.
see how I
loosen
said
up.
I don't understand.
Rams
right?
on the
That's
field,
what
only
bullshit.
3 minutes and
Look.
No gun.
I'm in more
can't
parts.
believe it.
I'm in more parts, but this
I
is
knew
that
he was
Super
gonna
Bowl.
fucking miss that.
They scared, baby. They don't want it. Why you look so nervous?
I don't understand this.
Yeah, man, loosen up your shirt, man. You tight as hell right now, man. Loosen up. Loosen up.
Rams on the field, only 3 minutes and change in the first quarter.
Fucking serious?
Yo, bro, listen, yo, listen. All that Super Bowl shit. I know all this energy. I was a part of all this. You know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough to be on these type of shows and shit like that. Shout out to Showtime. That was on Showtime. The sports betting. And I'm almost done with a sports betting show that I actually want to do, and I'm letting you guys know here. I'm writing it out. So, sports, rigged, scripted, and fixed won't just be what I'm doing now, right? I'm actually putting together a sports/sports betting type of show. I'm letting you guys know that now. Right? I'm letting you guys know that now. You know, I'm going to be doing one. I'm writing it out. Well, no, I'll have to be done writing it out, and then I'll let you guys know. Looking for sports bettors as well. Looking for people that want to be a part of the show. You know what? Shout out to Steve Stevens and that whole VIP sports thing. I'm not gonna lie. Watching his show, it made me want to do this. So it's going to be different. You know, that Steve Stevens guy, in Vegas, right? The VIP sports thing. You know, he had that Money Talk show. I actually want to do a show similar, but I don't want to copy. I don't like copying. So shout out to him for that. But I'm actually working on something that I'm writing down. I will do a sports/sports betting show. It doesn't necessarily have to be sports betting all the way, but it will have a story to it. I don't want to make it all fake and shit like that, but it's a story that I will be making, right? And I'm letting you guys know that now. It's in the works. That's something I wanted to tell you guys. I'm working on a show. Working on a pilot first. You got to do the pilot, and then when the pilot works out, then you can stretch it. So I'm just letting you guys know. Be on the lookout for that. And, of course, people that want to be a part of it, let's go. So, yeah, that show was called Action. That was in 2018. It was filmed in 2018. It's 4 parts to it, right? It's basically highlighting New Jersey legally having sports betting. Because you guys know Vegas usually was the head honcho. So, since Vegas was big, you got to realize, once it became big in Vegas, right? It's always been that way. But when New Jersey got it, because Atlantic City, quote unquote, was the small version of Las Vegas, right? So it only made sense for somewhere like Jersey to have it. So they have it. So it made a big deal, and especially down there in Atlantic City, they actually did a show. Showtime had their big honchos come with the cameras and actually film that year sports betting became legal. And I guess 4 episodes leaded up to the Super Bowl. So they did 4 episodes. They had somebody like Vegas Dave there, but Vegas Dave, they was doing his footage in Vegas. Bill Krakenberger, if you guys know about him, he's big, right? He's a guy who bets big. He loves player props, right? Cool dude. I met him. I always chop it up with him. He bets big. Him and that girl Kelly from Vegas, right? Whatever your opinion is on her is whatever. I really don't. Whatever. right? So it was highlighting those three mainly. There was other people in the episodes, but it was highlighting those three, and all the episodes leaded up to the Super Bowl between the Rams and the Patriots. So that's what those was about. So when you see me, I'm in the last episode. Obviously, you see me with the jersey and all that. They highlighted me a couple of times. I think I should have been in it way more, though, but they got to fit the head honchos in there, right? I'm only there for, like, maybe you'll see me, like, 4 different scenes and shit like that. But it wasn't even really about me. It's more about, like, it's cool. It's called Action. If you guys want the link, I can send it to you, right? It's actually good to watch. And I think it's like $6.99. It's not free either to watch, though. But I have to find it.
So that series fizzles out as well.
I love commercials.
Here you go. It was fun. It was fun. Like I said, all this shit, I've been a part of all this shit.
And Barron trip him up. And we'll see Gostkowski for the second time.
From 42 yards, the kick. It's good.
Look. Listen, I was a part of all this. Y'all see? I was a part of all this fun.
It's good.
Let's go. Y'all see me with the jersey, the hat. I was part of all this fun. Like, all that action, like, that's what it's called, action. That Vegas action, that Atlantic City action. I'm there. People, like, I'm in the midst of all this shit, so I know what goes on. I don't talk just to talk. I'm a part of all this shit. I know what goes on with all this crazy shit. I can't wait for Vegas Super Bowl. It's almost there. Yeah, Atlantic City, yeah. Yep. So we gonna see what's, we gonna see what happens. Right? So, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I got some shit I gotta finish. I got some editing also I gotta finish too, off of a short film. Season 1, episode 4. Yeah, it's 4 episodes, Yeti. That's the one I was on. But you should watch all of it though, because it's still exciting though. It's the whole world of sports betting though. You know, sports betting, it's good. It's short. It's like an hour. It's like, yeah, it's about like maybe 50 minutes each episode, but it's something that you guys can sit there and binge watch and like it, because you guys is all a part of this. You have your beer, your soda, your juice, whatever you add, just watch all the episodes. It's exciting though. It's exciting. It's about the world of betting and shit like that. And I personally think the reason why I love this so much is I think this changed the landscape of betting. Meaning, like, I think this was the last good year that we actually got in betting. The 2018 season was actually the best year that we got in betting. And it's not about betting big or whatever. I'm talking about the options to bet, which you can bet on and things like that. Maybe 2019, I could also probably say is good. All right, but this was the ending of it. I'll say this. 2018, when Jersey had got it, and then now every state got it. Now, I want people to get their money, of course, but I just think now that we have it all over the place, that's the reason why you see the fuckery more in sports, because it's spread it. Back when it didn't spread, it was kind of easier to win over that line, to win over that spread. You know, back then, the -3 was damn near easy to win all the time. Now you don't even know what's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, just something to, you know, let you know. You know, the vibes were in the city. The vibe is, as far as like, I think New York is New York. It's still the same, as you guys know that. It's still the same. New York is New York, right? New York teams suck.
Are you fucking serious?
New York teams suck, but sports betting is a big deal. No matter how much it's not about betting big all the time. It's not about taking your whole paycheck and betting big. No, it's just letting people know, like, this is how you beat the line. This is how you can get something, or even a future bet. You know, but like, sports betting is a big deal out here up north. You know, but I tell people, like, sports betting, going to Jersey, I think it kind of made it bad for the whole country, and that's the reason why you guys hate certain outcomes in sports because of what we see. And good K-Rob, good shit.
Are you fucking serious?
I appeared on episode 1, season 1, episode 4. Except the Knicks. I hate the Knicks. That's why Yeti was saying that. Season 1, episode 4. Now I get it. Y'all see that, right? I ended up on season 1, episode 4. The 14 once again. And yeah, they did 4 episodes.
Are you fucking serious?
Hey. Crazy, right? Some crazy shit, right? So, I mean, yo, this was a good live. You know what I mean? This was a good live. We're going to see what happens, what news we get throughout the day, y'all. I'm going to put it in the post section. And, you know, we're going to see what we get. Let's see what happens tonight, right? And let's get ready. Let's get ready. Next live is going to be a good one, too. Right? Yeah, the Giants. They don't. It's a wrap for the Giants, bro. He said, we're in Vegas. We watching that Super Bowl. What sports book? Oh, we're in Vegas. We watching the Super. Are you talking about in the past or are you talking about like what you talking about, Dancing Poppy? Let me know. Cause I'm a little dumb too for people in the comments or for those that's watching. I got dropped on my head a couple of times. So you gotta work with me just a little bit. All right? Don't blame me for that. Shit. It's a couple of them I want to go to because I'm still thinking, do I want to go downtown Vegas to watch the Super Bowl, right? Or the Strip? Where on the Strip, right? There's 3 options, and we'll talk about that offline, right? There's 3 options I'm looking at. There's one particular place I might be aiming for, just for memories, you know. So yeah, hit me up. We want to speak about that one offline about, you know, where we gonna rock and go watch that Super Bowl at. You know, and yeah, Robin, yeah, hit me up too, bro. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. You see the Twitter right there on the bottom. The email. What the fuck is the email? No, hit me up on the Twitter if you got it. The Twitter, the Instagram is bfire1. That's that one. Yes, Circa. I've been looking at Circa, but we'll speak offline about it. I'm gonna tell you the situation with that whole. It's not bad, but I'm gonna tell you what the situation is with that. You know, good shit, K-Rob. You know, shout out to all y'all. You know, I'm chopping it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is it's a good one, man. It's a good one and all that. I like this. This was a fun one, chopping it with y'all. Anyone that's new, this is what you're going to get here, you know. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and shit like that. I have another good live for y'all coming this week as well. I might do a random one tonight, depending on how I feel. We might do a random one tonight, depending on how I feel. You guys would know. You'll get the notification or you'll see me write it in the post, right? It might be one of those random funny lives. And shit like that. And oh yeah, shout out to your man, Michael Irvin.
Didn't we tell y'all not to mess with him?
I told you that shit was gonna happen to you. I told you that shit was gonna happen. I told anybody in the live, yeah, you guys know. What did I say? His time was coming. His time, all that doing that buffoon shit. Right? Like, because it didn't look right. He was being a dumb buffoon, right? Even though it was funny, though. It was funny, but him acting like a buffoon, I said, that shit is going to catch up to him, right? It's going to catch up to him. All that, doing all that.
Didn't we tell y'all not to mess with him? Tell y'all not to.
See? See? Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. If I see y'all tonight, I might see y'all tonight. Let's see what we got.